Okay, so hi, hello. It's like 1 a.m. right now, and I'm kind of just journeying through my stuff. And I'm just in one of those moods where I'm like, God damn it, like there was so many books I could have read, and there was so many like films I could have watched, and things that I could have done rather than rather than feeling certain emotions and like rather than like being sad and choosing more unhealthy coping mechanisms, I could have found myself in literature. And like now in my adult years, or not in my adult years, I'm 20 years old, turning 21 next month, and now all I want to do is read. And I'm really, really confused because I don't know where to start. And I just want to have that one experience where I read a book and I just sit there and I read the whole thing just because I like it that much that I can't stop. And I don't want it to be some sort of cop-out thing where I film it for a reading vlog or do it because there's an audience watching. Yes, there's an audience watching right now, of course there is, but this is more of a soul searching type of thing. I want to find that book or that book series. It's gonna reignite that like obsession with reading and just the way that it can take you to entirely other places and have you experience other lives like outside of yours, and how special that is and how much I miss that and how much I've experienced that magic before. So that's what this is. This is gonna be me searching for my, not my escape, but like searching for my way of finding a story outside of myself that I love and I'm sucked into and that I just want to sit there and read and like just read a lot of. And like, I think you get my point. Okay, so I just went through my bookshelves and I just grabbed like things that were new to me, things that I hadn't started before, things I don't know much about the concept of, because I am on a journey to find that book, that's gonna keep me up late at night reading because I'm so engaged to the point where I read until I'm tired and then I go to bed, and it's healthy behavior. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna like show you some of the choices that I picked out and we're gonna see what I go with. Okay, so the first book that I have is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Now, I know you're probably thinking, like, this is more of a basic one, and that's fair, but I own this trilogy. I have the first movie on Blu-ray because I actually really, really liked the first movie, and I saw it in theaters when it came out because I was super excited for it, and I like weird stuff with weird concepts and a lot of what's featured in this. And I haven't given this one a try as much as I can remember, and I feel like this one just has an interesting kind of sort of atmosphere that I would maybe gravitate towards. And there's also photos and images in this book, so I think it could be an all-right reading experience. I literally don't want to waste time. I also have Sky Hunter by Marie Lu, and everyone knows her as the person who wrote the Legend trilogy. And I literally just got this book because I saw the cover and I thought it was really cool, and it had cool kind of sprayed edges, and it just looked very science fiction, like cool technology and concepts and stuff. So I picked it up. And honestly, I haven't heard any chatter about this on BookTube or any of book talk communities. And part of me likes that because I kind of need something that I can delve into on my own and form my own visions of on my own and like visualize myself. So that would be kind of what draws me in with this book. And now I have The Odyssey by Homer. I read this in high school, and Christopher Nolan obviously has a movie coming out for it, which I have interesting feelings about, but we don't have to get into that. The Odyssey is just like a classic story that is very expansive and just seems like it would be fascinating. So I grabbed this from my shelf. I was like, this could be an engaging experience for me. Maybe a little challenging. And then I have See You Yesterday by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I read another book by this author called Today, Tonight, Tomorrow, and I loved it. Flew through it, had the most beautiful experience reading it. It was like a 10 Things I Hate About You kind of riff. And I don't actually know anything about the concept of this one, but I knew it was the same author because it has a similar cover. And I thought, since I liked that other author's book so much and had such a good time reading it, that maybe this one I would also fly through. And I also don't know anything about the concept of this one, so that also, as you can tell, is already a plus side and is kind of what I'm going for here. And then I have Educated by Tara Westover. I've heard brilliant things about this, and I'm sure it's a brilliant book. I actually recently did try to start this one, but I wasn't super engaged. I want to read something that's going to keep me engaged, but I still have it on my TBR because I want to give it a chance, and at some point I want to conquer it, because I'm sure it's just very intellectually important in a lot of ways, and it's probably an important story for me to consume at some point in my life. So I still have it in my TBR, but we're a little more conflicted on this choice because I want to make sure I'm reading something that's grasping me. I also think that Educated would be like genuinely more of a challenge for me, and I am looking more for something that's gonna be more accessible, but challenging books can also kind of reignite that spark for reading again, so I'm not discrediting it either. And then I have Behind Her Eyes. This is a famous Netflix TV series. I already know the twist to it, so I don't even know if I should. Okay, so let's do without this one. So this next one is a little bit... This is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and I just want to preface, like, I hate J.K. Rowling. I hate everything she stands for. I hate everything that she's saying. I hate the fact that someone like that could write a series like this with such beautiful messages about oppressive systems. But you know, here we are to this day. So when I reread this series, I want it to be from a more critical lens. But of course, I read Harry Potter as a kid. Of course, it's sprung my love for reading. Of course, it did. And I do kind of have been revisiting it lately, revisiting some of the films, because it is something I love, and it is a huge part of my interest and got me into reading and such. So it's important to me in that sense. But of course, I'm heartbroken and devastated over what's kind of going on with this franchise. And I just want to see. This is another one that I started, and I was having a really good time actually starting it and reading it. But I don't know. I've also read this before, so like it's kind of again like experiencing a new thing. But this was pretty engaging so far, so I wanted to include it in the TBR and kind of also just allude to the fact that I have been kind of delving back into the world of Harry Potter recently, because I know it's something that I'm passionate about, so it can, again, kind of reignite that love for reading. I don't want to get too repetitive. Okay. So now I have The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. This book has rave reviews by everyone who reads it. Everyone talks about how beautiful the writing is, how just emotionally touching it is, and how powerful it is. And I definitely have to get to this one at some point in my life. And I have tried to read this one before, if I'm being totally and completely honest. I've tried probably a couple of times throughout my life, but not for a very long time. Like, not in my recent years, like not in the past year or so, I don't think. But I'm going to read it. I'm going to get to it at some point. So I just wanted to include it here because, yeah. And then my last one on my TBR is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I really like Taylor Jenkins Reid's books. I'm currently in the process of finishing Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I'm almost done with it, and I can actually single-handedly thank that book because it's one of the only books lately that I've been able to get through and that I will be finishing and that I'm very close to being done with. I've also been listening to the audiobook for Evelyn Hugo, and it's been fantastic, and I've been locked in. I've read Daisy Jones and the Six, and I've also read this one, but I want to reread this one because I really loved this one when I read it as well. And I remember really loving the characters. I remember really loving Nina's character in this book. And I don't know, I feel like it could potentially engage me and surprise me by how much it kind of sucks me in. I think if I had to like rank her books, like right now, Evelyn Hugo's my favorite. This is my second favorite, and then Daisy Jones would be like my third favorite. Yeah. So I decided to go with Sky Hunter by Marie Lu, and I'm pretty confident in my choice. I'm in kind of a science fiction mood lately, and this is one of the books that I know the least about. But yeah, I don't even know if this book is science fiction, but it kind of looks like it is based on the cover. And yeah, I could go for some of that right now. I just watched Blade Runner with my boyfriend last night, and I just think that this one was the most appealing to me. So I'm hoping I made the right choice, and I'm so glad that you guys helped me along the way. Seriously, thank you, because this was actually a big assist, and I am genuinely going to sit down right now after finishing this segment and read this. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope y'all have the most lovely rest of your day, night, wherever you are. Mwah.